Today in the kitchen, I made homemade oatmeal cream pies. These were such a favorite of mine when I was a young girl, and I can't lie, I still even enjoy them to this very day. And we always had a box of them at home when I was young because they were my mom's personal favorite too. So it brings back a lot of memories, these oatmeal cream pies. Anyway, I thought, well, I could just make them at home instead of purchasing a box of them. So that's what I did, and it always tastes better homemade. You can find the recipe at thehistoricalhomemaker.com. The first thing I'm going to do is start making my cookie dough. In a medium bowl, I've added 1 1/4 cups of softened butter. Add in the granulated sugar. And add in the brown sugar. You can either use light brown sugar or dark. I'm using light. I am using a handheld mixer, and I'm going to mix the butter and the sugars together for about 1 minute until the mixture is light and creamy. Add 1 egg, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of dark molasses, when a recipe requires molasses in the ingredients, I always turn to my old favorite, Grandma's molasses. Use your handheld mixer to mix the ingredients together really well. Once everything is mixed together really nicely, I'm going to set this bowl aside and work on the flour mixture. In a separate medium bowl, add 1 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour. Whenever I'm baking, I always use King Arthur all-purpose flour for baking. I love this company. They've been around since 1790, can you believe that? And they are employee owned, which is pretty cool. Add in the baking soda, a little bit of salt, some ground cloves, and the cinnamon. 3 cups of quick oats. Whenever a recipe requires using oats in the ingredients, I always use my favorite, which is, of course, the Quaker Oats brand. They've been around for so long, and they're just my personal favorite. I'm using a handheld whisk to mix the ingredients together really well, making sure to get the flour and the oats and the delicious spices, everything combined thoroughly. It's now time to pour the dry ingredients into your wet ingredients. Get your muscles out to stir this batter because it is going to be very thick. You want to make sure to stir from the bottom up and just get everything, every nook and cranny mixed together. I've lined a baking sheet with parchment paper, and I'm using a large cookie scoop to make the dough balls, which is also about 2 tablespoons. Make sure the cookie balls are about 3 inches apart on your cookie sheet because these cookies will spread while they're baking. Place in a preheated oven of 375 degrees and bake for about 10 minutes until the cookie edges are a golden brown. While the cookies are baking in the oven, I'm going to now make my filling. I'm going to add some unsalted softened butter in a medium bowl. I am using a handheld mixer to mix the butter for about 1 minute until the butter is creamy. Add in the confectioner's sugar. Heavy cream. Pour in just a little bit of vanilla extract. Whenever a recipe requires using vanilla extract in the ingredients, I always use McCormick's pure vanilla extract. Using a handheld mixer, mix the filling together for about 1 or 2 minutes until it's well blended. The cookies are fresh from the oven, and look at these. They look so amazing, and they came out so perfectly round. I'm going to let these cool on the baking sheet for a few minutes and then remove to cool completely until I fill them. The cookies are cooled, and they are now ready to be filled. Spread the filling on the bottom side of half of the cookies. And top with the remaining cookies right side up, just like this. It looks perfect. The oatmeal cream pies came out so amazing. I have to tell you, I've already taste tested one, and they are so delicious. The creamy filling is just off the charts amazing, and the cookie is so soft, and it's just the perfect combination. And I'm so excited because I made my own personal homemade oatmeal cream pies at home, and there's just truly nothing like it. You can find the recipe at thehistoricalhomemaker.com.